baby's brassiere. Yeah, they did. Put the lock with the bite on our love life. So I sprinkled her bust with seven dust. Now everything back to normal. Say the only good dick's a dead one, but it ain't necessarily so. 'Cause I got a notion, stocking calamine lotion, gonna put them little suckers to work for me. If tie, I take it. If tie, oh, pick it, I'll pick it. If it's off of me. All right. Does it qualify? Did you ever hear a truer song about your Texas Hill Country?
She ain't never had a tick in her bra, ask her.
So, and yes, it's true. I mean, as many times as I've recited and sung those words to myself in front of a mirror, okay, and picked it without singing a single word on guitar, I cannot do the words and the picking together without a glitch in it somewhere along the way. Okay. Lash LaRue got busted by the highway patrol. Cracked his whip and he shot from the hip, but he couldn't keep it under control. When they searched his car, they found pot. Said, Lash, you and your stash been caught, and that's how Lash LaRue got busted by the highway patrol. Lash LaRue was an old-time cowboy hero of mine. I used to watch him in the picture show back when it only cost a dime. With Tex and Gene and the Cisco Kid, I used to get off on things they did before Lash LaRue got busted by the highway patrol. Lash LaRue said to the judge, please hear my alibi. Your Honor, I don't smoke marijuana. I ain't never even been high. And I picked up a hitchhiker on the road. I never axed her bag, I never checked her load, and that's why Lash LaRue got busted by the highway patrol. Last chance Sue was talking to herself as she hung out her thumb. She was scared old Lash might flash, but leaving that stash was dumb. The old fart's eyes got wet and blinky, but the trip with the whip was just too damn kinky, so Lash LaRue got busted by the highway patrol. He sort of lost control. His pride no longer busted, but the judge let him go. Last chance Sue hitched another ride with a biker down to Mexico. When they set him free, he showed him trick shots, made that bullwhip crack and pop after lash. LaRue got busted by the highway patrol.
Forgot about last year.
Break time? Woo. Woo.
Lash LaRue. I hadn't thought about him in years. Good old cowboy.
Me neither.
His sidekick Fuzzy St. John.
I hadn't heard of Fuzzy St. John.
You know?
No.
Well, I mean, you know, he was
Smile when you come by here like that.
at least 2 or 3, maybe 5 or 6 levels below Roy and Gene, right? But
That's a bumper sticker you put on the side of the pickup.
Bucket for your ducket.
but
Smile when you come by here like that. Okay.
I mean,
Roll the window down.
the equestrian expertise was never greater in any movie I can remember. I mean, pure hokey. I mean, everything was set up and there were no real surprises. Everybody knew everything that was going on in every movie. Not so in real life. And I can remember after I graduated from high school, I had a job. That was in Silver Spring, Maryland. I had a job because of my next door neighbor. He was the, what was it? Chief of Health and Safety for the Bureau of Mines in Washington.
That's a dangerous thought, isn't it?
And he got me a summertime job working out of Denver, surveying coal crop fires. That's fires that's burning in the ground, and if it's in an area that has to be protected, that was a target. If it was in an area where geologically or from some survey there was enough coal underground, you know, they would get a crew together and go out there and survey the whole area of the fire, and then off to the side someplace survey another area that they called a borrow pit, and then they'd go in there with heavy equipment and dig from the borrow pit and cover the whole fire area to maybe 8 feet thick over the fire, and come back year after year, make sure that it's really extinguished, okay? Because the coal might have some future value, all right? And also, as a measure of protection, there had been a number of, you know, prairie fires and a number of ground collapses unexpectedly and that sort of thing. So I was carrying rod and running chain on surveying crew to do those projects over the coal, over the fire area, and there were places where it was, you know, there were times when you'd step down and the ground would give away underneath you, and there were times when we'd run into nests of rattlesnakes and that sort of thing, and we pretty much had equipment. I carried a Colt 44, oh yeah, government issue Colt 44. I'm 19 years old, all right, and I learned something about shooting anyway. You know, you ain't likely to get a second shot off. So, you know, we just had that was a lot of fun. I did that for 2 summers. So. We'll say, hey.
Good. How are you guys?
Fine. My granddaddy was a cowboy. He rode that western range and drove cattle north on Chisholm's trail till the coming of the train. Fenced in the plains and the prairies and took the land away from men. Now there's freeways, towns, and cities everywhere he's been. He was born in Hannibal, Missouri in 1849. Grew up on the Mississippi River in them compromising times. Fought for the South in the Civil War, years of his early teens, and then blew that steamboat whistle right on down New Orleans. Tales, nights in jail, he was around in those days. It's been said that a man is dead 'cause of his rough and rowdy ways. So he lit out west for Texas, tried to find himself that claim, but he never would have made it if he hadn't got a stake from Frank and Jesse James. Hooked up with them longhorn ranchers, punching cattle for his keep, busting ponies and breaking phonies, never losing a wink of sleep. When I come along, deep years of depression, but the songs that he sang and the stories he told etched lifelines of impression. Showed me that rifle that he won in Dodge and made me a rubber gun. We'd go visiting some old Indian lodge and I played with Lone Wolf's grandson. Catch a big catfish for breakfast. He tell me about that Cajun Queens and down in New Orleans used to get him arrested. Play dominoes, pick horseshoes, nearly always won. Sometimes the look in his eye asks why everyone on the run. He's been gone a long time now, since summer I was 11. One day it just come his time, almost 99, 1947. Through the years as the recollect all the memories and the dreams, I gotta follow that trail where a man must fail with his highfalutin scheme. My granddaddy was a cowboy, and I always thought he'd win. Now there's freeways, towns, and cities everywhere he's been. I get my cowboy boots in Studi Butte, down on the Rio Grande. Sing a little song in Castellan, down on the Rio Grande. Eating fajitas in Lajitas, down on the Rio Grande. Drank Cuervo Gold with Uncle Joe down on the Rio Grande. Down on the Rio Grande, down on the Rio Grande. Lord, I love to linger in old Terlingua, down on the Rio Grande.
Frank. Hey, Frank, we're ready.
Oh, for food?
Yeah.
That means they fixed to do a prayer.
You would, I would never have thought I could keep any of this crowd away from food.
I hate to interrupt y'all, but I want to get this going.
Maybe I hear you're a professional photographer.
We play guitar and guitar and guitar, making up songs wherever we are. Not the kind you can tune on your radio dial, but as long as we're here, gonna play for a while.
I loaded by myself.
All over Texas, the Rowe Brothers Band, picking and grinning all over this land. Terlingua to Orange, from the red to the grand, from all over Texas, the Rowe Brothers Band.
Yeah, man.
I had this tune underway for about 2.5 years before I got here last year. And I knowed at the time that it was strong. And the first person that ever heard me do this tune was Tom. Now, after I did it for Tom at night here last year, he went, I mean, how many, I'll see a show of hands, how many guys here have ever seen Tom with his eyes as wide open as his mouth? I'm his brother. I'm his brother.
Look who raised your hands, you and me.
Okay, so. And, you know, this is WANNABES apostrophe. Wannabees lament. Barking dogs ain't gonna hurt a bit.
Barking parents, they're gonna hurt.
In our little cabin home on dead end road, deep among those hills where the Rio Blanco flows, living in a style we've come to call our own. Never in a country mile do we ever feel alone. Caliche limestone hillside, Four Season Creek below, rock and a cedar homestead, spirit of the buffalo, roaming through blue bonnets, Indian paint brush in spring. Next door to heaven, the best everything. But I wish I had a pony like Granddad gave to me. Before we learned to pick and grin, I was barely 3. We'd saddle up and ride away out on that open plain. No interstate, no drilling rig, no barbed wire, no train. Rain waters fall on our Tennessee roof. Longhorned doggies bawl, Texas cattle on the hoof. Cisterns are full, stock tanks free for flow.